Hello, welcome to Paratus Education. It's Ruby Khan here, Director of Ielts at Paratus Education. We are going to be jumping straight into the Ielts speaking course. Start sharing my screen with you. So here we have the Ielts speaking test course homepage. And you will have your account details, courses, modules, etc. Go straight to your modules. You will have a number of modules to work through. As with the others, this one is the same. You have the Ielts speaking, everything you need to know. You have your general interactive speaking exercises to improve your speaking skills is the second one. And then I'll go through this at the end, but this is 2 examinations that have taken place live face-to-face, and there's some feedback on there, but I will go through that right at the end. So we're going to move straight on to the way it works. With all, as like with the other courses, it's the same. You have the video lesson followed by the PDF presentation, and you work your way through it. Again, you'll get a lot of concepts. You'll be able to really grasp them. You'll understand grammar. You'll understand the challenges you'll face in part 1, the challenges in part 2 of the speaking, and part 3, etc. You will understand how to master those techniques, how to become fluent in the way you carry your speech out, the pronunciation, everything will just come together for that exam day where you go into your speaking exam, and you will have all the resources ready for you to take on that exam with your speaking skills. So this is just aimed to help you through that. You've got the interactive activities, and like I said, you have the other exam at the end. So let's work straight through how we're going to look through the video lessons and the PDFs. So we have, let's do the pronunciation. Let's do the pronunciation video and the PDF.
In this video, we are going to look at perhaps one of the most difficult things to do well in the IELTS speaking, and that is pronunciation. When you take a look at the IELTS speaking rubric, you'll notice that it often mentions the phrase pronunciation features. This is a very vague term, so we are going to break it down so that you have a better understanding of what is involved in good pronunciation. Good pronunciation is more than saying words correctly or making the right sounds. It includes a number of other elements, including phonemes, word stress, sentence stress, and intonation. Let's start first. Each individual sound time to learn all the. So a word like very may snake, ant, tennis.
So that's one of the lessons we have in there on pronunciation. And then you'll have your PDF presentation lesson. Again, same concept. You can make it bigger. It's all to do with the video you've just watched. You kind of can make it bigger on this side, and you can just have a look at everything that you need to know. Page 2 is just asks you, the second slide asks you to watch the video lesson which accompanies this presentation. So that's the one we were just looking at. Yes, just in detail, everything to do with pronouncing. These are amazing slides. If you do the video and the slide together and work your way around it, going back and forth, just perfecting it, it will just make that exam so much easier for you. It will really, really feel like, yes, you know, you've grasped the concepts. So that's your presentation there. Let's quickly move on to the interactive activities. So these are, again, this is in the next part, in this the general interactive activities. Now these are just really good in helping you just improve your speaking skills. So you're going to be doing expressions, speaking banks, grammar and speaking, giving your opinion. Let's just go straight into giving your opinion. What this activity will be is that, let's have a look. Okay, so what is it asking us to do? It is asking us to use useful expressions, agreeing and disagreeing. So these are useful expressions that we say, and they're used to either agree or disagree. So click, and now you've got your expression. It seems to me that, what do you think that is? Do you think when someone says, it seems to me that, are they expressing agreement? Are they expressing disagreement? Are they expressing partial agreement? Are they stating an opinion? So it seems to me that, I don't know. Where would you put that? Would you put that there? Would you put that there? So you have to really think about it. So then you've got, that's exactly what I think. Now, that is expressing agreement, stating an opinion. That seems like a very strong expression. That's exactly what I think. Someone's very sure of themselves, very sure. So you just got to work through each expression. Tell me where you think it goes. Okay, a lot of expressions there. I don't think so. So there's quite a few there. You just have to work your way through it, put it in the relevant boxes where you think, you know, it should go. And so when you've done them all, there will no more will pop up in the middle. And then you click on the tick, and then you'll see how many you've got right. Right will be obviously green, wrong will be red. So you need to get them all this lovely green color, and you're going to keep trying them until you get them in the right place. And that will help you understand that when you're saying a sentence, saying an expression, what you're actually doing in that. What are you actually expressing? And you have to remember these sort of activities, which are what we call kinesthetic activities. Kinesthetic activities help grasp a concept much quicker than doing monotonous reading and just revising things off by heart. You need knowledge. You need to understand concepts in order to get through anything in life, I think. And I think you have to just kind of realize that this sort of way of learning will make, where you embed the knowledge into yourself, is a much better way of sort of understanding. So it's really important that we don't just learn things off by heart or for the sake of learning, or if we're bored and we just like, no, you know, this is a test and we want you to pass this test, but we want you to learn and enjoy learning while you're on that journey. And these sort of courses that we have created will help you do exactly that. So let's go back to our modules. That was one of the interactive activities within the speaking, within our speaking course. And then what we have here after your activities is a British Council formatted 2 exams, one by Sabrine and one by someone called Savi. You will watch the video of Sabine, and then while you're watching, notes will pop up of what we think, where she's doing the right thing, maybe she's doing the wrong thing, and then you'll have a feedback video on Sabine's exam. So I'll just pop into a little bit so you can get an idea of how this will help you realize where you might, what sort of things you might need to say, not say in the exam. So this speaking exam itself, it starts off by playing
started. Good afternoon. What is your... In this first part, I'd like to ask you some questions about yourself. Let's talk about where you live. Where do you live in your country? I live in Hyderabad, which is the capital of Andhra Pradesh, in the southeast of India. It is a very big city, about 7 million people live.
So just when, as she said, 7 million live there, we've got a note on there for you to absorb what she's been saying and kind of understand that. So we've got, notice that she doesn't just say the name of where she is from, she extends her answer by giving a bit more information about the city. For example, she mentions the population of the city. So as you go through the video, the more she speaks, the more notes will pop up to tell you what she's doing right and what she's doing wrong. We'll go back, and then straight after you've watched her exam, you will move on to the review of her exam. Okay, now the review will be like this.
In this video, we are going to review the IELTS speaking test of Sabrine. Lexical resources, C&9, you need to do the following. Speak fluently with rare repetition or self-correction. Hesitation is content-related rather than language-related. Speaks coherent. Fully develops topics. So first of all, she does a great job speaking fluently without any significant repetition. She doesn't go back to correcting herself, meaning her speech flows naturally. To imitate her example, don't say the same things over and over again, and avoid grammar. You'll notice that when she does hesitate, she doesn't just sit in silence. Instead, she fills the silence by saying, "Gosh, that was a long time ago." This is a good delaying tactic to buy time while still showing your language ability.
Okay, so there we have it. That's our whole course for the speaking there. Well, it will take you time. It will take you time to get through. You don't need to rush through it. You need to take your time with it. You need to really understand it. You need to watch the video lessons. You need to understand what the lesson is teaching you. You need to read through your accompanying PDFs. You need to understand how they work with your video lesson. And then when you've really understood all of this, move on to your interactive activities and really give them a go. Really start sort of working through. We did giving your opinion. There's one there called giving, I think it's expressions. So it's more activities. Look, sort these elements into the correct category. Move out of the way. Now, when you say move out of the way, is that how to speak politely? Is that how to act politely? Or is that something what not to do or say? So these are really good, you know. You need to just kind of work your way through them. They'll help your speaking ability of totally understanding all the concepts before you go to that exam. So that's our speaking tutorial done today. Do listen to the other tutorials on how to get through the other tests. They explain all the other test course contents. And I think we will leave it there today. Let's stop. Thank you.